Wish you a great evening, friends. Today, I've just decided to make a small video about the delivery management within the IT sector. For a project to be successful, with how should have a project deliverables understood with each of the roles and responsibilities. There will be many projects that we will be doing that an organization or within the business unit will be delivering most of the things. Here, most of the roles and responsibilities in the project could be assigned or understood based on the responsibility assignment matrix. Most of the people term it as RACI matrix, that is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed matrix. Here, most of the project delivery management would have software development life cycles being done by various different streams or different delivery units. When a project would have its responsibility, who will be responsible for my project if that is identified, and who will be accountable for my projects, who will be stakeholders for it, who will be consulted, and who will be informed. If this information is very clearly known or called out, then the responsibility chart of the indexes will go very clear. What does RACI means? RACI means responsible, accountable, consultable, and consulted and informed. So responsible says the individuals with responsibility for the task or deliverables is typically holds the responsibility for developing the deliverables or completing the activities. Say in an organization, multiple units are coming together to deliver a big project. Then for a project to be more successful, for a project to be more have a successful delivery, we will have to hold some unit to be responsible for specific activities. Then that's where responsible category of a RACI index will come into the picture. It could be the person, it could be the division that who could be responsible for typically taking out the working level projects, team members. It could be an analyst, it could be project manager, or if suppose the project management is being done by a specific unit within the company, or the external organizations are doing it. The business analysis is being done by a specific unit, or the external organization is doing it. Similarly, development is being done by a specific unit or different organization or the different units doing it. Then you'll have to earmark very clearly as to who owns, who will be responsible for project management, who will be responsible for business analysis, who will be responsible for developers, and who can create marketing materials or who can create a support the application example or who can create a technical documentation should be earmarked. We might have a drawback for RASI. It doesn't distinguish between the primary doer versus the other team members participating in completing the tasks. That's a responsibility. That's a drawback of the responsible feature or responsible or mat component of a RASI index. Then next comes the accountability. This will clearly say that who or which person or the group or the company or the responsible for ensuring the work is complete and suitable. Again, different streams of activities may be taken by different organizations or different units within the organization or different people within the unit. So you should be ready to make an accountability of each of the activities that is being carried out. By who will be accountable for this particular activity or specification. It could be a company, it could be an unit, it could be a person by himself. The drawback for this accountable component could be only one person could be made accountable, but at the background, there will be many people who will be working and who will be accountable. But it so shows that majorly one person or one unit or one organization is an accountability. You should not usually if you put the accountability might be owned by many people, but you should not put that accountability for more than one person. Otherwise what will happen is it will create a confusions. So that's a drawback Internally, with the background, more than one units, one organization, one person will be owning the accountability. But then you cannot project and show such a accountability activities against more than one person. You can have try to show only one accountable person. It is he might be getting the accountability support from other people, that he is that individual person or individual unit or individual company should own and do it. The consulted next component of the RACI index is consulted. And individuals or the organization or the unit, those who will have from whom they will have a feedback and inputs to be solicited is called a consulted parties. It could be legal, it could be informational security, it could be compliance, subject matter expertise, or any other departments that it could be doing it. Any new product development that is being done, it could be an entire organization or it could be a unit or it could be person. They have to be consulted prior taking up any task. Without the, it could be a stakeholder whom we could, it should be a client whom we'll consult them before taking a decision. The decision making or the analysis or anything of that you can take it and do it, but without consulting that particular company, individual unit, or the organization, you cannot start a task or deliver to understand that particular specific activity. You will have to understand the requirement. It will be constraining, it will risk, as well as after completion, or to ensure every angle has been considered in the results. This ought to be consulted and informed to a specific person, specific group, specific individual. You will have to be informed persons. The other component of RAS index is informed. So, a informed person are those you simply want to keep them in the loop. So, you want to make your governance teams, you want to keep them in the loops. Yeah, go ahead and keep them in the loops. These individuals do not have to be consulted, do not have to be part of the decision making. They need not keep in the CC list for awareness of the topics of decision making or progress. You need not be invite them to making the attendees to kick off meetings or project demos or delivery, governance or anything. You just have to keep them informed. That's it. They need to be known. Knowing difference between, there could be a drawback here. Knowing the difference between the who needs to be consulted versus informed could be a challenge, because most of the times an informed can become a consulted can become informed. They both could change their roles. Here causes a confusion for a consulted informed roles, that you will have to be very subtle difference has to be maintained there due to organizational ambiguities, and sometimes it could be your own created ambiguities. You go and create a maturity index system, reorganize the things. What are the key things that you have to take care in creating a RACI model? You should determine what are the key activities and the deliverables that you have. You should determine who is needed to be part of the project or initiative. You should determine the project roles and responsibility with the titles and the persons that are acting for each activity and deliverable. Hold the review sessions with the key members of the teams for alignment. What if the project has already started? How do you maintain RACI now? Because it has already started, they would have taken the right people might have be in the RACI, right people might not be in the RACI. What would you get to implementing the implementing the RACI? You will have a lot of benefits. You will have a reject a detailed project plan, and Gantt chart could be prepared. Governance of the body structure would become easy. Documenting and activity signature authorities would be very easy. Communications and meeting plannings will become very easy. What the limitations is role limitations and task details and not aligned to the agile mindset could be a problem, but it is not that RASI doesn't let you align to the agile mindset. You can do it, but there's a apprehensions in the people's mind. That's what you're saying. It could not get aligned to the agile mindset. It's not like that. You can see any, if you Google out, you can see any RASI models. Thank you all for being patient with me, and carrying forward for this most key aspect of project delivery and project management activities of RACI. Thank you. Good day.